y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is tlovespeaksss. Thank you guys so much for continuing to tune in to my channel and leave comments and support me as well as the channel. I'm really appreciative, and I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy during this time. I know it's hard, it's really hard, but specifically for me, it's been tough mentally, but I've just been trying to remain positive and just remembering the concept of gratitude, because like I could be in a worse off situation than I am. You know, a lot of people lost their jobs, but I still have the privilege of working from home and being in a safe environment. So I've just been trying to keep that in mind, and I hope you guys are also well. So today I just wanted to come to talk to you and give you my 3 reasons on why this is a good time to DIY your MICROLOCs or start your lock journey in general. And if you notice that the video looks a little different, it's because I'm recording on Zoom. Like I said, I've been quarantining with my mom, and so I left all my video equipment at home, and you gotta do what you gotta do, okay? I actually saw another YouTuber, I will link her video in the description box below, who was kind of talking about this. So these are the 3 reasons that I want to get to you guys. Yeah, so the first reason I think that this is a good time to DIY your MICROLOCs or start your lock journey is because you have the time. Now, specifically in terms of MICROLOCs, shout out to the women who have been able to get it done amidst work and children and husbands and all kinds of different things that we encounter in life. But being stationary at home, if that's where you are right now and you're not an essential worker, I think this time is a good time for you to start it, because it gives you more time to be precise in terms of parting, if the grid is something that you are wanting to focus on, in terms of size, because you may not necessarily have to rush to go out somewhere. You can take the time to get the size and the parting that you want. I think that is one of the most time-consuming things in starting your lock journey, because a lot of times, since we have stuff to do when it comes to the parting or the size, we might start off one way, but then because we feel rushed, the sizes may not be identical. So being in quarantine and being at home gives you time to actually kind of perfect it. Now, we all know that no lock journey is perfect. No set of MICROLOCs are perfect. They're all going to have their flaws, but this gives you time to DIY and install that you don't have to necessarily feel rushed to do. Not only do you have the time to properly install them, but you also have the time to properly maintain them as well, or at least to learn how to properly maintain them. Having time on both ends will make you have like a more successful lock journey, or at least starting out in a good space where it's not rushed and you get the result you want. I think will help you in terms of like at least beginning the lock journey. We all know down the line all kinds of issues can arise because our hair is our hair and it does what it wants to do. But I think if you can start out on a good foot and feel good about how you start out, it will set you up for a lock journey that you will enjoy. So the number 2 reason why it's a good time now to start your lock journey is because you will, 1, save money and learn a new skill. So I want to be delicate in the way that I say this, because I do know that a lot of locticians, like especially for sister locks, are like really impacted by customers not being able to come to them and get their hair done. And so I really do feel for them, and I'm not saying that and I do know that like when business finally does open up again, it's going to be hard for them. So definitely support your consultants if you are able to. But this is more so for people who are not able to, who weren't able to before the coronavirus situation kind of happened. So I know sometimes some people always say, well, I would get Sister Locks, but I don't have the money, or I would DIY MICROLOCS, but I don't have the time. Now, not only do you have the time, but if you didn't have the money and you have the time now, you could take the time to install a beautiful head of locks for free. And there are lots of women on here on YouTube and Instagram who have DIY'd their MICROLOCS for free, and they're beautiful, and from my understanding, a lot of the women who have done this, they're not necessarily hairstylists or professionals, but they just really wanted to do something new with their hair, and they were committed to learning how to do this style and committed to getting this look. And so if you're somebody that didn't necessarily have the funds to go get Sister Locks or get your locks installed before the coronavirus situation, now you have the time to do so, and you can do so for free. And in doing so for free, you will learn a new skill, which I think is a pretty cool thing. Now, obviously, retightening your hair or retwisting your locks may not be the most fun activity. So it's not like a new skill in terms of like painting or something like that. But it does give you the opportunity to get something that you wanted, but may not have necessarily had the resources to do before this happened. But the third reason I think that this is a good time to DIY your MICROLOCS or start your lock journey is because a lot of people, and this might rub people the wrong way, so I apologize. A lot of people who set out to get MICROLOCS or locks, they are wary and skeptical of the awkward stage, which is also known as the ugly stage, but I don't like using the ugly stage phrase. But they are skeptical of the awkward phase. So if you are getting Sister Locks or MICROLOCS, for us, that's usually when we first get them. Our hair is really scalpy, and they call it like the wet chicken look. I'm not exactly sure what that looks like for regular locks. I'm not too sure, but for what I've seen, it's like your hair necessarily doesn't want to like lock. You have to train it so it can look a little fuzzy, especially if you start with 2-strand twists or coils. After the first couple of weeks, it just starts to look like what's going on with my hair, but that's just part of the process. And so a lot of people worry about that because they have to go places and they have to present themselves, whether it's in a work environment or amongst friends, family, significant others, or whatever. And so being at home kind of frees you from that perspective of what will people think, And I'll try to give an example. Like if you start MICROLOCS right now, what is this, April? By the time outside open up by June, you more than likely, I think it takes around 1 to 2 months, depending on your hair density, of course, to get out of like the wet chicken stage. And so by the time outside opens up, you will have accumulated some thickness, and you won't have to like endure. People are gonna always have their perceptions, but I guess it just might make you feel better if you're like kind of advancing out of that awkward stage by the time you go outside. Or it's not just about like staying inside so you don't have to like face the awkward stage. Staying inside in the awkward stage also like helps you fall in love with your hair too. It helps you to get used to a new style, and it ensures that when you do go out that you are going to be comfortable with it. It's going to give you some time to get used to the style, which kind of goes back to my number one point of time. Time can be very good in helping you adapt to the style and ensuring that you get the style that you want. But yeah, those are just pretty much my 3 reasons as to why DIYing your MICROLOCS or starting your lock journey could be, a good idea right now. So if you are in need of a lock guide in order to like start your locks. My consultant, Kathy English from A Lot of Locks, she is located in Southfield, Michigan. She just released a lock starter guide called Intro to Starter Locs, a Beginner's Guide. And the great thing about this is that it's digital, so you can totally read it on your phone. You don't have to worry about waiting for the book to come. Once you purchase it, you just download it and it comes right to your phone. So please first support my consultant and support another Black owned business. This book is really cool. And I'm actually going to tell you some of the things that it has in here without giving too much away, because you got to go support my consultant, who is also my soror. I'm really proud of her, and she is really dedicated to the health and maintenance and making sure people feel good about their hair. So this is a great resource. Some of the things that Kathy talks about in this book is different locking methods, and she goes over them like in specific detail. She talks about products, she talks about tools, she talks about terminology. This is just really a good resource, especially for people who, again, may not have the funds to go to a consultant or go to a loctician. My loctician has created something for you that can help you out. So I'm gonna put the link in the description box below. Make sure you check it out. Kathy also has a YouTube channel called A Lot of Locks, which I will also link below. She has a head full of beautiful sister locks, and she's just really knowledgeable about locks in general. She does all types of locks and braids and everything. I hope this video was informative and a little bit distracting considering everything that we have going on in the world right now. I hope you guys stay safe and continue to spread love and positivity, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.